a freelance game designer for 9 years. Okay, so let us all welcome our resource speaker, Mr. Alvin Chan.
Sino dito nakapunta ng talk sa Pampanga last time? Okay. So baka may mga familiar stuff sa sasabihin ko ngayon. Pero mostly this is a combination of all the talks I've been giving. So basically, sabi ko na I've been a game designer for 9 years. Brief background history, I was one of the designers sa first created a mobile game. That was a few years back. And I also worked with a startup company based in New York for 1 year. And currently working for 3 startup companies as a freelance designer. First things first, what is IDA? It's the International Game Developers Association, Manila chapter. So we're a part of what's called as the International Game Developers Association. It represents game developers from all over the world. And we collaborate with them to help people understand what's game development. So basically, developing a game is what we call a convergent medium. Well, how many here are programmers? Programmers, database. IT, diba? Mostly IT na tayo. Okay, so one of the things na most of the time ako ng IT is infrastructure, mga networks, databases, backend stuff, then PHP and MySQL. Well, game development is a convergent medium because we are comprised mostly of professionals that work on programming, art or asset development, sound production, design, and marketing. So, halos lahat ng disciplines covered sa isang game pag-develop siya. So, for example, I'm a game designer. What do I generally do? I usually do project management, mechanics design or modeling, which I have to understand the player, be able to make mechanics that the player will enjoy. Well, which comes to the second point I want to drive is that game development is not easy. As it is a convergent medium, seldom will one person be able to do everything in making a game. So most of the time it's a collaborative process. For a game designer, the hardest part probably is to know what the player wants to play, what will work in the market, and how well will I be able to work with programmers, artists, and sound production, or even marketing. While software developers have technical aspects they need to know. For example, most of them were discussed by Brian a moment ago. But one other thing that was not discussed is that most programmers need to be able to understand a lot of math as well to make games. Because a lot of these things, for example, physics engines or collision detection is done through math. Well, you don't need to fully understand it. Just a basic understanding will work. But you still have to know math from the software developer side. Then there's also server aspects, network, security. Then, as an artist, you have to work to make sure that the product looks consistent every time and that it will run on the game. For example, who here watches movies? Who here plays games? Did you notice that a 3D game is much more low, has much more low quality models than a movie? Has that occurred to anyone? Why? But when it's a game, things have to run real time. So it needs more power to run something with a higher definition, higher body count, or higher texture. So game artists have more restrictions than their common artists because they also have to work with developers that will integrate their art. Then of course, anybody here have a band? Sino tumutog to? Mahirap kumakanta, di ba? So, from that alone, you have to think of what you want to say, music, what emotion you want somebody to feel. Those things are some of the things that a sound engineer will think about. That's why it's quite challenging to make a game because everybody has their own concerns. And each one of those will be part of a game. Sino dito gusto kumuha game? Okay. Well, the third, before I go to my third point, the good thing about something that's hard is that it's rewarding. It's challenging. Anything that's challenging gives you satisfaction, not only monetarily, but also skills-wise, as well as personal gain. Does this connect anyone? Or, let me see. Who here plays Facebook games? Facebook games. Okay? Sino hardcore gamer dito? Mr. Hardcore Gamer, naglaro mo ba ng Facebook? Hindi. Bakit?
Boring.
Bakit? Yung experience wise, baka kaya mo yung Facebook. Di ba less challenging siya, less exciting? Most of the time, maski in our lives, diba? Something hard helps you appreciate something more. Sino ko natin graduate? Di ba masaya na, no? After 4 years, graduate na kayo. Yung pinagkikapan nyo, kung kaya na nila, pinagkikapan nila, di ba? Ganun din lang yun eh. Every game, yung mga nakunang bago, realize siya yung before. Every game has a challenge, but every challenge has an equal reward. Kaya kung anong mahirap, huwag niyo iwasan. Consider it as a challenge and take it as a challenge for you to get something, a reward. But even if you fail, you get something from it. Your skills will be better. You have learned something. At least you tried. And everything that you will be doing will be contributing to your skills. For example, sino na ng RPG? Tapos sino, no? Yung ka nag-level up, ano malas? Dito, yung kasi matalak sa isang bata, for example, sa Final Fantasy. Hindi naman malas may over, di ba? Minsan may expo na nakuha, or nakapit na yung money mo, di ba? Or at least, alam mo, next time na natin yun, alam mo na dito. It's the same thing. You gain skills from doing, from failing. The most beneficial thing you can do is to fail. But even though success might be the best and the most satisfying thing you can do, but failure can teach you a lot more and will help you to go more successful. And incidentally, this is also part of basic of game design. Challenge and rewards are the basics of every game. What motivates each and every one of us to play a game is that we want to get a reward from something we do. For example, in Facebook, when you play something, you get XP, you get money for the game, right? But it's pretty shallow. So, my third point now is for those people that want to make a game, the simplest way to make or to break into the industry is to try and make your own game. Experiencing the hardships of how to make your game will eventually teach you the lessons that every professional has learned through their own experience. Each one of us started by making our own games. And one point I would like to drive is that it's not really the process of making something that will eventually become great that makes a successful person, but it is the effort given in every endeavor by each person to make something great that makes it great. That's the same thing for everything that you do, be it a game, program, or any project that will come your way. Okay lang? Diba? Alam diba? Okay, so with this, I'd like to invite you people this is an event that's held globally in 212 locations all over the world. It's sort of a jam in where people will make games in 2 days, be it students or professionals. This is a great way for you to experience what it means to make a game. Well, it's a bit far, since it's in Manila. But if anybody here is willing to go, we have lodging and free food there. So it won't be too heavy on you guys if you're going. But it's also a good way to network with professionals and learn how to make a game in 2 days. I would want to invite you to the seminar as well, but it's on Friday, so it might be too close. We'll try to get a video of the seminar.
Keyboard also, parang technically wireless mouse.
So with that, I'll be ending my presentation, and I will open the floor for questions. Any questions you want to ask about game development is open.
Why parang baliktad?
Question.
Sabi nga pala eh, sabi mo.
Mahaba ba yung chord of projector?
Well, as Brian said, you should not focus on the language. As programmers, you should be agnostic. You should know your basic software development principles, not what language you're going to use. But a good base language is C, because you'll be able to learn a lot of different key concepts in C. For example, memory management, tracing. Those are the aspects that you need to actually learn, not the language. You have to be able to pick up any language easily. So, one of the few things you can do is that study the basic logic, then apply that, because if you know the logic, it's mostly syntax and formulations and basic principles of the language that will be what you need to study. It's easier to jump from the basic logic.
Nagbigay ka
Any other questions? Ayun. Going once. Wala ah.
Any more questions for Sir Alvin?
Parang wala